Hello, dear friends. A warm welcome once again to the International Fab Talks. Dear friends, we are here to love, spread joy and peace across the world. To love you as great human beings, to spread peace across the world, to reduce hate, and to bring back balance amongst all of us. Let's give up crime. Let's give up war, and let's connect and bond as common people. We are all the same. No matter from which country you are, from which geographical location you belong to, what language you speak, anything it could be. We are all one when it comes to emotions. My dear friends, let's begin today our session on this beautiful day with our special guest. She is Miss Shalmaly Chatterjee from Kolkata, West Bengal. A beautiful person with a beautiful insight into life. She would like to create awareness. She's a beautiful psychologist having that thought. Why do I call her as beautiful? Not only the word beautiful applies to her. She has those beautiful thoughts where she wants to impact lives and bring awareness with regard to psychology and how people should overcome all the difficulties with regard to psychology, be open enough to accept counseling when there is a need. Hello, ma'am, and welcome, Shalmaly, ma'am, to this session.
Hello, everyone on this platform. I would like to say my regards regarding all the festivals we have crossed. So, how are you all?
How sweet. That's really nice. We're all fine, and thank you so much, ma'am. That's really nice to have all of you here with us, along with Shalmaly Chatterjee from West Bengal, Kolkata. Dear ma'am, with your permission, of course, you said you accepted our invite. One was on Durga Puja. You gave us one of the sessions. That's really beautiful. Yeah. So our guests already know you. So dear ma'am, once again, I'd like to thank you for accepting our invite for being interviewed today. Thank you.
Thank you.
With your permission, I'd like to introduce you in an official way, ma'am. Could I?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Dear friends, it's our duty to introduce our special guest, our celebrity, Shalmaly Chatterjee from Kolkata. We'll get to know more about her on the professional front. Dear friends, she is a consultant psychologist and a special educator. She has 9+ years of experience in the field of special education and as a consultant psychologist. Apart from that, she is working both online and offline, creating impact in the lives of various people offline and online. And she also comes from a beautiful background, a lovely, fabulous background, Graphology, where she will help you how to deal and understand you with your handwriting. We'll get to know more about it from her, about Graphology. And she focuses mainly on mental health because it is very important. She knows the importance of mental health and wants to create awareness. And my dear friends, because mental health affects every human being and every area of our life. So she would like to bring much awareness in this field, and she would like to pledge her life and would want you to take the pledge today to create light and create space in the field of psychology, to create awareness that yes, counseling is important, counseling is divine, and counseling is the need of the hour to understand how to improve your mental health and how to balance your emotions. And yes, friends, she's here to clear all your doubts as much as possible. So, ma'am, we welcome you today on the platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Just a second, ma'am. We'll get connected with you. Dear ma'am, the first question to you would be like, who is Shalmaly Chatterjee? That lovely person. I know that you're a great friend, a beautiful person, an approachable person. Apart from that, who is the real Shalmaly?
I am someone who people can come easily approach me, not only professionally, but personally as well. I like to help people, which is why I, joined this field, because I had that intention of helping nature since childhood. So I wanted to, join this profession that way so that I will help as many as people as I can. But if you say I am very, basically an ambivert person, there are situations where I am completely introvert, because if I find somebody with whom that wavelength is not matching, so I am not going to interact with that person so much. But if I see this person has, the same mentality, then I can do, like I can connect easily, I can help that person, I can do everything for that person. If there's that bond developing there, because I have such people there
Wonderful.
life.
I really like this, ma'am. Bonding with the right kind of people, having that positive vibes from them will make us also, gel with them easily. Otherwise, I also
Exactly.
have no interaction. I just resonate with what you say.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonderful. Thanks for sharing. Thank you so much. That's really very nice. Dear ma'am, we've all been in the professional field a lot. I would like you to share with us, how do you de-stress your, the stress that you face, how we could learn from the way you've been distressing and, freeing yourself from stress.
Okay, in this profession, we are only dealing with negative energy. Like when a patient comes to us, patient or client comes to us, the person is only speaking all negatives. And in turn, we give him positive energy, but the negative energy is transferred to us. Then what should I do? How will I deal with it? One thing I do is like, whenever there's too much pressure, I try to go out somewhere, maybe spend time with nature or go to some museum, or maybe just go and watch a movie or just drink coffee. And one more thing which helps is journaling, writing down your thoughts, whatever random thoughts, whatever comes in your, happens in your life, into day-to-day life. Even if you face something, a small incident in the bus, maybe into the public transport or at home, you write that. Maybe if you have some kind of negativity in there, that may come out through your writings, and that would be helpful. But I make sure I don't read that diary again, because the energy might again come back. And obviously music and watching TV and meeting people is not always possible. Meeting friends, because they have their own priorities, their own life, their own profession. So it's not possible that we meet on a regular basis. It's like sometimes 6 months or maybe once in a year it is possible, because most of my friends are married, they have their own family. So it's not possible that our times don't match. But I make sure that I meet them, and I try to, keep my professional things with those who are into my profession and my friends. We try to keep that professional discussion that I saw this client. So it obviously hampers us. So I think these things help me to distress. And obviously, one more thing I want to add, that every morning I try to go for this morning walk, or some freehand exercises that tries to de-stress. Meditation, self-care activities, these try to de-stress me.
Wonderful. Very nice. Thank you for sharing, ma'am. That's really very nice. I love the journaling. You said, yeah, put out all into that journal, no matter what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever happens.
Yes. And don't read it again, because again, you'll get back that never thought.
Exactly.
Just put it there and let it be and finish it off. Wonderful, ma'am. Very nice. Dear ma'am, may we know who is that little girl, Shalmaly? When she was a little girl, how was she? Very naughty, mischievous, shy, outspoken, soft-spoken? Who?
Like when I was, in the, childhood, not exactly childhood, when I started schooling, like in that preschool age, I was not very, talkative kind of person. Even I used to ask a friend who was there, I used to ask her that, you please tell ma'am that that I want to go to the toilet. At that time, that school had suggested that she needs counseling. You please send her to some psychiatrist or whatever. But then we changed the school. I am basically a student of Kendra Vidyalaya, where because my father had a transferable job, so that is one school where most of the transferable parents put their children. So that is when a drastic change came in me, where I started interacting with people. I would see that the like my friends, they have the same background as me. The previous school, there were a lot of rich people, and I could not associate with them. Moreover, the teachers were not that cooperative. But here the situation was totally different. I could relate, what they are doing and everything, because, in this school, we have seen that if I am not getting a certain thing at my house, the other 25 or 30 people in the school faces the same issue. If I hear a no at my house, they will also hear the same thing, because since the background is same, and all of us have been going through this transferable job, which is why obviously I did not have much of friends in school. which is a very, like I miss that part because since my father had a transferable job, so we had to shift to places in a lot of time. So the moment I start making friends, the moment there is a call and we have to shift to some other place. So that is why in the childhood I did not have much of friends. Even in the teenage also, since that making friendship, always I had a doubt that suppose I make a friend and then again this friend will leave me or I have to go, so it's better I don't have. So which is why I don't have much of friends in my life, which this is one reason.
Yes, dear. Thank you for sharing all of that. The way you were sharing all of that, I could imagine here you were shifting different schools and all of that. I
Exactly.
could understand that. That's really nice. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing. Thank you so much. Dear ma'am, you are an inspiration to all of us. Like we've seen, the way you talk, the way you connect, you're very warm. The moment I connected with you, you were very accepting, and that's really nice. It's very rare that people, accept others that easily. Of course, you said if there is that positive energy, you immediately, are attracted to positive energy and share
Yes,
your
yes.
energy with them. That's really nice. So to me, you're an inspiration. To many out there, you're an inspiration. But we would like to know today, who is your inspiration?
Okay. So if you see closely, maybe in career, sorry, career-wise, if we see, so I came into the field because of my mother, because she had psychology in her college level. So that is where, and I had this helping attitude. So she somehow, introduced that subject. And then in, I think class 11 or 12, I went to some book fair where I bought a book on Sigmund Freud. So somewhere he connected and this journey came. And if you see on the inspiration, obviously Freud is there, Mother Teresa, then Rani Lakshmi Bai, and Shah Rukh Khan, a lot of people maybe because they have their own journeys. Maybe Dhoni, these people have their Swami Vivekananda, and these people have their own journeys too. And one more person I would like to mention, that's Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Like from the childhood, growing into a Bengali household, we have to, we have been growing listening to Tagore, Netaji, and all these things are there. Like it's there. We celebrate Netaji's birthday. We celebrate Ravindranath's birthday, and all these things are there. So somehow they motivate us to, go beyond our capacity and achieve our goals.
Wonderful. That's really nice, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. Dear ma'am, as you said, you visited a bookshop, a bookstall. So I guess you're good at reading books. Would you suggest any book that we could also read and lay our hands on?
Maybe you can read, like if you light reading kind, you can read books on Sudha Murthy. That is what, because at this moment, I don't have that time. I have a lot of books there, but they are just there. I don't get. Then there was one, like there are a lot of, motivational books, self-care books. Like I am not like those books I have read. And right now I'm reading one detective. I'm like, I've not started it. This one. This, the Detective Diaries. This was one book which I will start. And the last book I read was on freedom struggle. This one, India cried that night. This book is all about freedom fighters, like how they brought us freedom and what did they do to sacrifice their stuff, like their needs and everything, and then they did it for our country. So
Yeah, if you could yeah, I guess maybe if you could have it. Yeah, this is like fine. Yeah, India cried that night, right? Fine, that's really nice.
yeah. So these are basically books on light reading, because I don't get much of time. Actually, I have the time, but I don't. When after coming back from the chamber or clinic, it is literally not possible that we don't feel interested to read or do anything. So mostly, actually, there's also a problem that phones have taken a lot of space.
Yes.
So like at the end of the day, we try to chat with people. But if we spend that time reading, then it would also help us. But somehow it gets, like it takes a lot of time.
Yes.
We don't have that patience also that we finish it if
Yes.
it's not that interesting.
Yes, dear. Thank you for sharing all of those books. Thank you for, physically presenting them like this. It was really nice to look at those books with the, titles very clear, with the authors. Very nice. Thank you, dear. Ma'am, how do we remember Shalmaly? And why should people remember Shalmaly? For what?
If people will remember me, maybe for my helping attitude, or maybe standing with people in their, like darkest times, or maybe motivating them, giving them, positive energy whenever required. So I think these are maybe the reason. I don't know what others will say, maybe if I ask the other people, but maybe these are the reasons, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, dear. Dear ma'am, do you ever get holidays? Yes or no?
Yeah, I had this festive holiday
Okay.
recently, and now, officially from today, everything started.
Great. If at all you get another set of holidays, where would be your favorite holiday destination, the go-to place?
Okay, maybe if at this point of time, maybe some sea beach, or not. I am not more interested into mountains and stuff. It's like beach. Maybe some beach. Maybe because the weather is changing. So I think going to a mountains than going beach is enough. And it does not take much of time also. We can come back in 2-3 days. So,
Oh, yes. Okay. Any favorite beach you'd like to mention?
like that beach, Pondicherry, Puducherry, there is one beach. Next to that ashram, opposite that, there is one beach. Then I've gone to Marina Beach, and where else? I don't remember. In Kolkata, all the beaches I've seen. And Bombay, that Juhu Beach. That.
Oh, great. That's nice. Well, you have so many. You've already visited so many beaches.
Yeah. Because of the transfer thing, I have gone a lot of places.
Wonderful. That's really nice. Yes, dear. How would you want to answer this question? What is this one thing that is within you that you love about yourself? This is me, Shalmaly Chatterjee. I love myself. I respect myself because this is the core quality within me. I've identified this in me, and I love myself because this is me.
Maybe if I see that way, maybe my, like soft spoken quality. I talk to people with respect. Moreover, there are situations where I should, answer back, but I don't. Because maybe that respect part comes that, like, if that person is behaving that way, why should I react to that person? No point. Increasing that problem in between both of us. So it's better that I stay quiet.
Great. I was like you, ma'am, staying quiet on many occasions, but of late, I've started like telling them this is not the way I should be treated, or this is not the way I like you, what you said. I wouldn't accept that. I've begun to change the way I was before. I've already changed that and made people know that if something they've said and I don't like it, I let them know about it on the spot. Let them know.
Exactly.
Yeah, if they're doing it to us, they will do it to somebody else again. So I wouldn't want that to happen. So I've learned that of very late.
Well, obviously, some lessons we learn on a daily basis. Some lessons life teaches us. So it takes time, actually.
Yes, dear. Yes. But you're very soft and very nice. That's really nice. That's one part of you. Yes, dear. I appreciate that. But at the same time, I'd like to share, like, I was like you. And I'd love to be like you. But I don't know how I transformed like this. And I tell the person up to their face, maybe I give them 2 or 3 chances, and then I tell that this is not okay and I will not accept this. It's better I stay aloof, stay away, stop interacting than being calm. Yes, ma'am. That's really nice to know about you. And we'll go on with the next question. Have you ever tried your hands on lottery?
No, not much. Because I don't know. I believe maybe I don't know. There would be a chance. There might not be a chance. So it's better that I achieve that money by hard work.
How sweet.
maybe that will, that will give me more satisfaction. Like buying something with my own money and, getting it with somebody else's money, or maybe parents' money does not give that satisfaction. Then buying maybe a simple cell phone or maybe a chocolate gives us more satisfaction. Because when we were children, we used to like, what is this is easy. But now earning 100 rupees also, it takes a lot of, effort, and spending that money also be like, why am I spending this much? I should not. I should save, because I have done this much. I have earned so much, but why am I spending it? But there are times, obviously, we need to spend, but sometimes it goes beyond.
Yes.
Overspending happens.
Yes, dear. Yes, ma'am. Dear ma'am, when you were in school or in college, were you interested in sports and games?
I was very bad in them. I don't know, but actually, I had never tried much in sports because I was not a very healthy kind of child since childhood. A lot of other health issues, like I had septic tonsil, I had other weakness and everything, low BP, and all these issues were there. So my parents never, like that you go into sports or something, and I never had that interest also, but obviously. So that way I was not very good in sports. It's like something which I used to watch from
But
far, it's okay.
Same.
But I was not, very good into things. And oh, one more thing, I had very, high myopic power when I was in school. And so that also created a lot of self-esteem issues in me. That but now I had done that LASIK thing and everything. But before that time, I had like some -12, -10 kind of power. So I had a lot of self-esteem issues with that, wearing big glasses and all that. Now, obviously, they have been
Thank you,
removed.
ma'am, for sharing. Thank you. Thank you. Even I was not into sports. I was very scared. Like you said, low self-esteem. Maybe even I suffered from it at one point of time, seeing the others perform well. I never ever attempted to take part in any of the sports events till date.
Even if I want to say, like I have a good height. So in our school we had that basketball courts and everything. So lot of like lot of my friends or maybe the sports teacher, like, you have a good height, you should try there. But once or twice I have tried to put the ball, but then it did not, like, who is going to do that effort? What is the point? So then physically it was not possible. So then I left. Better not
Yes,
to
I think.
go into
Yes.
that way.
Yes, ma'am. That's nice of you sharing all of this and allowing me to also share. That's really nice. Ma'am, what is that one change you would like to bring in this world? You find that there is a need for change in this area, and I'd like to work upon this beautiful change and bring it into the world. What's that?
If you think that way, there are a lot of anger issues, aggression, impatient. Obviously, anger brings frustration, and these kinds of small things. A person is angry. It can hamper, the person can behave a different way. When a person gets angry, he does not know what he or she is doing. He behaves in a very rude manner. In that way, the relationships are spoiled. The work is hampered, because after the person is angry, the immediate thing, when this anger subsides, the immediate thing which he or she faces is guilt. Then why did I do this? Yes. So, and the cycle goes on. So I think working on these anger management issues will help to solve a lot of other problems which are there, like hate crimes, rapes, sexual harassments. All these kinds of issues maybe have, a basic basis is from anger. Maybe. I think so. It starts from there, these rapes and everything, because they have some kind of anger towards the opposite gender, which is why they, behave that if a certain person is behaving this way, that means you also will do this. So maybe that is coming from anger. That's my point of view, maybe. I don't know what others think about it.
Yes, it could be. It could be in a way. It could be. Having your anger management issues or maybe certain mental health issues.
Exactly.
You're not brought up in the right way. You don't have control over your emotions. And then hence, you are into that, on the wrong path. Wonderful, dear. Dear ma'am, any plans for retirement? Like, yeah, I plan to retire at the age of 60 or 70. Have you ever made any plans, or you'd love to work right up to the last moment you are alive?
I have, if you say, I have not yet planned anything. Well, like, I am seeing the life as it goes. I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow.
Yes.
When you're like just half an hour later or 1 hour later, I don't know what is going to happen in my life. So what is the point of planning? Because a lot of time planning does not work.
Yes.
And most, like, if I see my experiences, I have planned something that does not happen. Everything happens unexpectedly when there's no plan.
Perfect.
I have got all these opportunities and everything when I had least expected it. When I keep expecting, oh, this is going to happen, it never happens. But when the thought is not there, okay, this is okay, then that thing happens.
That's really nice. Go with the flow.
Exactly.
It's very true. We never know what's going to happen the very next moment.
Exactly.
Go with the flow. Wonderful, dear. Dear ma'am, from your experience, you've been 9+ years into what you're doing as a professional, psychologist and counselor and all of that. Ma'am, how would you define smart work and hard work?
If smart work and hard work, if it is done, in a proper way, maybe where the person is doing in a clean way, like without any, like nepotism and all that. If the person is doing it with what is, I'm not getting that word, like without any other issues, taking help or doing it, not, what is that? Like, if you Hindi say, if you say it in Hindi, like chaplusi and all these things are not done, corruption and everything is not done, then I think a person can, succeed. I mean, like, hard work is like, obviously, it's very pure kind of a thing. You cannot mix anything else in that. And smart work is obviously when you start doing hard work, you will obviously find ways how to do the work in a better way, or maybe in a easier manner. Like if a plan B, A falls, then plan B. Because that way, recently I was reading in Facebook or Instagram that if a plan A fails, then there are other 25 alphabets to help you. So that way you can deal with this situation. Like a lot of planning, execution, a lot of other things are involved, but you have to do it with your originality, not taking help or doing it by wrong ways, maybe, because these days a lot of wrong things are happening. These nepotism and these kinds of issues are there in our society, where people who are capable enough, they can't go to a certain point because these issues are disturbing us, and we have seen the examples as well.
Yes, dear. Yes, very true, ma'am. Very true, which you've shared. That's really very nice. And hard work is really the purest work. मन और तन दोनों लगा के मेहनत करते हैं.
Exactly.
Nice. And of course, you find smart work on the. If you could go into smart work, that's really very nice. Yes. Dear friends, we go on with the next question and ask our guest and get to know about her dream projects. Dear ma'am, do you have any dream projects in hand?
Basically, I am, I have planned a lot of days before that I would open a cafe kind of setup where, like these foods and everything is there, but at the side of that place, this human library or maybe a counseling sessions can, with the counseling and special education and all these things, there would be a cafe attached where both the things will run side by side. Maybe these people who have solved their mental health issues, they can work there. So that way, this cafe will promote mental health. These kinds of things are there. These thoughts are there, but obviously it takes a lot of time and money and a lot of other things which need to be done to do this. Maybe some relaxation studios, human libraries, all these, but the main thing which I need is money. So that is bit lacking. So I have to, earn that money and do it.
Yes, dear. But you have beautiful thoughts, ma'am. I love this word, human library. And where people who have recovered can start working over there and giving their services. It's all unique and nice. They are very nice, ma'am. And definitely, you will definitely get a chance, or maybe somebody would sponsor you your thought and ideas. I would love that. Anybody watching this would love to sponsor ma'am's dream projects, like create a human library, and of course, create beautiful, bonding with ma'am and bring out the best in the society. Any sponsors, do reach out to Shalmaly Chatterjee. She's all the way there to give her best to all those who have been recovering from any sort of illness. Yes, ma'am. That's wonderful. Dear ma'am, would you like to name any of your best friends here today? Do you have many? Or one, if that it could also be, who you would like to share?
I have their names, but I don't know if they would, accept speaking about them on the, these kinds of platforms. And maybe, I don't know, I have them, but I don't know how they would react. Yeah. So it's better not to mention them.
Stay. But you have. You
yeah,
said.
definitely I have them in my life who are there. I know that 2-3 people, like even if I hit that rock bottom, they would be there, standing there. Whatever be the situation, that person will be there in my life. That I know very well.
How sweet. That's nice. We need somebody who we can, feel that, yes, even if I hit rock bottom, these are the people who are going to stand with me. Wonderful, dear. Dear ma'am, how would you, answer this question? We've seen many of the senior citizens who are penniless. They've been working all their life, but at present, they don't have anything. They've shelled out all the money they had on their family, on the education of their children. And now they are nowhere. And many of them have been abandoned in old age homes, either in the private or maybe in the government-run homes, or, some charitable homes for the senior citizens. I would like you to just give a message to the youth out there, or it could be a suggestion as well. The suggestion is here in this way. Should they start saving for their retirement at an early age, or from day one, the moment they receive their first paycheck or they start getting their first earnings? Should they start up, for saving for their retirement?
Basically, if we see the statistics, how many people are now actually doing a government job? Most of us are doing a private job. So, and we know that the pay package is very high. So with an early age, people are buying cars and houses and everything. But that EMI is a very, difficult thing. And one more issue is like when our parents, they did not have that urge of going on holidays or watching a movie or going to restaurants every week. But our generation has that need that we have to, show ourselves on social media or whatever, that I have this money and I'm visiting this place. So these setbacks are there. Plus medical expenses are there. We all know that COVID was there and we don't know the next pandemic in our lives. So we need to, get out of that phase. And obviously we need to start saving. It's not that you save all the money, but some amount can be saved. So we don't know what is going to happen in our next day or whatever, because everybody has their parents. Obviously, most of our parents are government servants, so they have their own pension and everything they can provide for themselves. But at a certain point, after that, obviously they need support of us, because if I see that way, I had seen a client who was, suffering from anxiety and those stuff. That client said that hospitalization and everything, it costs 4 to 5 lakhs or maybe more. So that way his entire thing is solved, and he had taken loans and everything. Now, he's confused. He will pay for his salary, but he will pay for all his,
medical
the household things and everything, or pay the loans. What is he going to do? He's the only earning member. His wife does not work. He has a 4-year-old child who has to be, admitted to a school. And for us, then we don't send our children to government schools, or we send them to, hi-fi schools with, those whiteboards, projectors, and also that they get a better education. But we did not study in those schools. We studied in government schools only. But we send our children to those schools. So that is the difference. So we have to understand that what is our need and what actually is required at this moment. Like, is going to a cafe or going to a movie so important that you spend huge amount of money there? Like, eating popcorns and everything costs a lot of money. So we have to understand what is the need.
Yes, dear. Very perfect. Very nice, ma'am. Thanks for sharing. That's really wonderful. Dear ma'am, what brings a smile to your face?
Maybe if I think babies, small babies, not small like the 3-4 months babies, maybe cats, music, watching some comedy shows.
You love cats too?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't have one at home, but I see them lots roaming here and there on the roads.
Oh, great. That's nice. Even I'm a cat lover. I love cats. That's why I asked you. Yes, that's nice, dear. Did you ever try having a pet at home?
No, actually, I have a fear of dogs because where the dogs are there, I don't, I have that fear because in my childhood, I had seen somebody being bitten by a dog. So that is where I developed that fear of, dogs and everything. So I don't like dogs. And moreover, since my father had I had already transferable job. So keeping a pet, who is going to take care of that pet? Because my mother, I have an elder sister. At that time, we both were in school, and she, like, if I asked for a pet, she was like, "We are taking care of both of you." That is enough. Until I have one more, it's not possible. Ultimately, the thing goes back to our parents only. So it's not possible to keep a pet where we have to keep shifting to different locations.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, any weakness for sweets, chocolates, pizzas, anything like that?
Yes, I have that weakness, a lot of weakness for, chocolates, ice cream, but there are a lot of other health issues for which I have to lose. Obviously, after a certain age, we develop, and most of my work is sedentary. So I need to, reduce that. So I am cutting into this sugar, chocolates, ice cream. Once in a while, it's okay, but it gets, because one more negative, the problem is we live in Bengal and Bengal is famous for sweets. So it's very difficult, to control that urge. And like this puja festival, it is like, it's going on. And now it's like after festivals and all that, we go visit people and they give us sweets and everything, and it's going on. It will go on till Kali Puja and Diwali, and it will go on. So I'm trying to, stop it, but somehow it's going inside.
Yes, dear. Bengal is famous for sweet, the Rasgulla, I think. Right?
Yes, today also I ate one because in the hospital where I work in, we have this Shubho Bijoya thing. Like after Dashmi, we we seek like respect elders, and we seek blessings from them for a good life and everything. So in the return, they give us sweets. So from the hospital, they had given each of us one Rasgulla and all that. So that then after eating that, I walked a bit, and then again I came back because I don't want extra fat.
Yes, dear. That's really nice for sharing, ma'am. Dear ma'am, from where do you derive your strength? You're strong, you're resilient, and out to, face the world in your own way. How do you get all this energy and strength from, and from where?
Okay, if you see my strength, I get it from Ma Durga, Ma Kali, my mother, all the women out there, or maybe men who are actually, I'm not a feminist kind of person, of course, but the men who are actually doing something, who are real men or real women, basically, who don't, do something which hurts the other person. Maybe these kind of people.
Yes, dear, I get your answers. Ma'am, I get your answer very clear. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing. When you say Ma Durga is my strength, and that feminine Shakti, the feminine power, and even men who support both the female and the male gender with respect and dignity. Wonderful. Dear, do you have any scares, any fear, anything that scares you?
Yeah, there are a lot of things. Maybe death, being old, being lonely, being not able to, do something worthwhile in life. All these kinds of fear sometimes, because obviously we are not superhumans. We have these thoughts, and having these thoughts are totally normal. People treat that you are a psychologist or a psychiatrist, you should not have these negative emotions. You always should be in a positive mode, but that's not possible. We also face, like we face tragedies, we face heartbreaks, we face death of family members in our life. So these kinds of issues obviously impact us, because we were psychologists for a certain, we were not there from our birth. We became after we completed our studies. So we can't forget the entire life we are leading.
Yes,
We
dear.
have those emotions.
Very true, ma'am. Very true and very genuine. Your answer is very genuine. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, आपको कभी गुस्सा आती है?
बहुत आता है.
हाँ, बहुत आता है. फिर कूल डाउन कैसे हो जाते हैं आप?
Cool down, why best hota hai, best technique which I give to my client is going out of that place.
Great.
Unnecessary, but obviously there are times, if you come to my house, my mother would say that you come to our house, then you will understand how the situation is. बाहर से तो सभी अच्छा लगेगा, घर पे आओ पता चलेगा. मतलब like obviously when suppose somebody is irritating me continuously, at that point somewhere things come up. I don't show up it very easily, but when it comes, it is like, so I need to control. I have that problem. I need to control that, but it will take time. I guess with age, I think that will go down.
How sweet. I mean, we all of us are in that zone. We have our limits, and once people cross those limits, maybe then we explore. Yes,
exactly.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, any advice or suggestions for the younger generation who would like to take up psychology, would like to become a special educator? Any suggestions?
If you want to take up this subject, please, put your heart into that. It's not, we hear it that it's very trendy, it's fashionable. Don't go into that trend. Just think like if it's your passion, because in this field, it's not very easy. Like on the first day only, you will earn a lot of money. It will take time. Maybe there are times, in the initial stages, people are not, they don't want to pay us or something. But obviously with time, we learn that professionalism, how to tell that please, this is a professional thing, we need money or whatever. So you have to understand that you need that attitude, that empathy in you. You don't need sympathy. You need to be empathetic towards your patients. Otherwise, you can't, succeed in this field. It takes time. This field will take a lot of time.
Yes, dear.
And
Yes,
one more thing is like in special education, like if you are treating a child with special needs, it is not that the child will recover in the first day. It will take some lot of sessions. And at that time, we lose patience. Like, why is the child not performing? The child obviously has additional lot of other issues, which is why the child is not performing. But we don't understand that. We feel that I am giving my efforts. You also have to understand that whether you're giving your 100% efforts towards helping that client. And one more thing is like you have to be constant into this, studying and everything, because there are a lot of new, disorders and a lot of other new theories and everything is coming up. So if you are not into your books and everything, then it is not easier for you to deal with people, because people have n number of issues, which obviously you can't understand in the first day. You have to, you need that experience. So for that experience, you have to, read books and, read those theories and go back to your psychology books and everything.
Thank you, ma'am, for being very honest on that, to make it very clear to all the youngsters, putting it very clear across the table to understand that, yes, it's a beautiful profession to be a special educator, a psychologist, but it takes time, it takes learning, it takes experience to be the best in the industry. And yes, dear friends, we go on with the next question. Thank you, ma'am, for all that lovely sharing. Dear ma'am, if you weren't a psychologist, if you weren't a special educator, who would you have been? Which profession you would have chosen?
If I would have chosen that, I could be either a doctor or maybe working into forensics or, genetics field.
Wow, great. That's
I
really nice.
had that interest, but obviously I could not take that after class 10 because of maths,
Yes.
numbers, maybe. Because that subject and me don't sit at the same place.
Me too. Me too.
I can't understand that subject. It goes beyond. Basic problem is when I started that subject, there was nobody to clear that base things and teach us in a
Basic
the
level.
our way. The teacher used to come. She used to write on the board that this is the way you do the other things. I needed that support and everything on a personal level, but that was never provided. So that way, I did not develop that love for that subject, and obviously the numbers suffered because I never wanted to study that subject. And for genetics and being a doctor, I needed that subject, and I did not have that number. So that dream went. I'll try it next birth, but this not possible.
Sweet. So sweet of you. That's really nice to share. Dear ma'am, your favorite color and why do you love that color?
There are when I was a child, I used to like pink. Now I like black because somehow black looks good. And when if we wear it that way, black dresses looks really beautiful. If they, you can wear it, it shines and all that. There's no particular, colorful or something like that, but it depends. Yes. Mood-wise, it depends actually.
Yes, absolutely. That's very true. Very true. Yes, dear. The next question coming up. Would you like to share a quote in Bengali or in English or in Hindi? Ek muhavra or a quotation. Your favorite
Yes.
word.
So, if I see Rabindranath Tagore, there's a song like "Jodi tor ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে," which indicates whatever is the situation, you have to go all alone. At the end of the day,
ekla chalo,
exactly. So at the end of the day, you are all alone. We don't have anybody with us at any point of even if we live with our family and everything, at the end of the day, we are all alone. So why do we expect that somebody is going to be there when I need that person? Everybody has their own problems and own priorities and everything. So it's not possible that person will be there. So instead of waiting for somebody, I do the work myself only.
Yes, dear. Wonderful. Ma'am, would you mind reading out those lines for us or singing those lines? Because long time ago, I heard it. I only remember this akla chalo, that much. You could walk alone. I just would like it from you to share that with us and our audience as well and our guests who are present here today. We shall wait, my dear friends, for ma'am to share that with us. Yes, dear friends, we'll wait. Ma'am is
so যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে, একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো রে, যদি কেউ কথা না কয় ওরে ওরে ও ভাগা, কেউ কথা না কয়, যদি সবাই থাকে মুখ ফিরাই সবাই করে ভয়, যদি সবাই থাকে মুখ ফিরাই সবাই করে ভয়, তবে পরাণ খুলে ওই মুখ ফুটে তুই মনের কথা একলা বলো রে, যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে।
Thank you.
This is yes. I know this much only.
That's really nice.
I don't remember the entire
Very
song.
nice. Thank you so much for obliging. Thank you. Yeah. I guess when I was in school, I heard this song.
Yeah, it's this song was also used in the movie Vidya Walan Kahani. It's on that
Meri Kahani
Durga.
or something, is it?
Yeah, Vidya Balan. It was
Yes.
like Amitabh Bachchan had, I think, done that lip sync pattern. Amitabh Bachchan. I think that was Amitabh Bachchan. He had done something with this new song.
Yes, dear.
The first part where Vidya Balan was there.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, you've been on the professional front for 9+ years. Till date, your proudest accomplishment, ma'am, you said, yeah, this is, wow, moment in my life.
This is when I, recently I have started working in a government hospital, which is like one of the, premier institutes in our state. And working there is a privilege. Like, if there are a lot of experiences which I learned, which wasn't possible in, chambers and stuff. Working in a big government hospitals where you have a lot of experiences. That is one accomplishment. And then second is when I got my registration number. Which obviously this happened during the COVID period. We were all not sure that what is going to happen. Our course will be over. I would get the certificate. What is going to happen? But everything worked out in the end, and the certificate came right. By the post, they sent us RCM, the like Rehabilitation Council of India. They sent the letter by post. So that is one of the moment where it's like I have achieved something.
That's really nice. Great, great, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. That's wonderful. Dear ma'am, here's a cup in my hand. How would you look at this cup? And is it like half empty, half full, filled to the brim, or overflowing?
Me, the cup is half full.
Great. Great. Half full. You were ready on that. Wonderful. Great, dear. Dear ma'am, how many languages apart from English, Hindi, and Bengali? Which are the other languages you could speak?
I don't know. I can understand Oriya, Marathi. Okay, but I cannot understand those, South Indian languages because I have not. Though my brother-in-law is a South Indian, is a
South
Telugu.
Indian.
South Indian. He lives in he does not live in Hyderabad. They live in Bangalore, but he belongs to Hyderabad. But since we don't meet much, so that language is not that. But my niece knows. She understands Telugu, Kannada, and everything. But I know English, Hindi, Bengali, Oriya, some things, Marathi, and all that, which we hear on a regular basis.
Yes, dear. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, what is that one superpower you would ask from the Almighty or the universe? If the universe and Almighty were to give you a superpower, what would you ask? And what would you select? I would like to ask in that way.
Maybe remain as I am now.
So sweet, so sweet.
And what else? And I don't want those, like superpowers which we see, maybe that helping attitude, all these, I think these two.
Great. That's really nice. Ma'am, would you like to share and, create awareness on this platform, alert our audience, virtual audience and guests over here about any 2 red flags?
Okay, red flags in relationships. Maybe.
In anything it could be, maybe relationships or
so.
whatever.
Okay, first of all, when you are interacting with somebody, we often forget that our instinct gives us certain, signals that this person is correct or this person is wrong. We often neglect that. We don't listen to that. But it's very important that we immediately listen to what our instinct says, because 90% of the time, instinct says the right thing. And obviously, wavelength is a thing, because when we are into a relationship, we love somebody, we, ignore that other things like this person is rich, or I cannot match to this level, but I go beyond my level and try to, impress that person. You should not be doing that. If that person loves you, the person will love you this way you are, not the person will bring a change
in you.
In you, and then there's no emotion there in that.
Yes,
it is just like just a compromise. But these compromises don't work out in future. They'll break. That is why we are having these divorces and everything in current scenario.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Ma'am, what are the 2 changes you visualize in the next 50 years?
I think if possible, this mental health awareness, if is done in a proper way, then I think it would be helpful, because we are tired of listening that whenever a patient comes to us, the person says, "Am I mad that I have come to you?" I think this change is required, and I think we all are working, we psychologists, psychiatrists, psychiatric social workers, everyone is working, to eradicate this thought. And maybe one more thing is, like, when we started studying psychology, people used to come to us and say, tell me, what am I thinking? So these kinds of things, like as if we are sitting with that crystal ball or something, and tell me how would I know what are you thinking? I am not an astrologer. So there are a lot of other myths with mental health and even periods. And one more thing I I want to change, bring a change, is like this sexual thinking and everything, because people still think that sex is something which is very negative and dirty and everything. But without that, that is one of our basic needs. So there are a lot of issues which are coming up because of these kinds of thoughts, maybe with periods, maybe because of this sexual things. There are a lot of other mental health issues are coming up. People are not seeing it easily. People are thinking it's something very severe. So I think these kinds of changes are required, and we are all working together to bring a change in this field, so that people come out of their taboos and develop mentally and physically and function in a better way.
Wonderful, wonderful. To overcome the taboos, to overcome all those things where people feel ashamed of talking, menstruation, sexual issues. It could be just anything where people are scared to talk out in the open.
Exactly.
They're holding it back, and that creates a lot of issues in their lives. So, my dear friends, you could reach out to Shalmaly Chatterjee. She's all out there to help you and to guide you on the right path and bring back balance in your life. Dear ma'am, if you were given a chance to go into the past and relive somebody's life, whose life you would love to relive?
Sigmund Freud, Harry Potter, or Adolf Hitler.
Wow, great. So
Netaji also maybe.
Oh, so sweet. That's really nice. Nice, dear. Ma'am, how do you look at this constructive criticism?
It depends. Like, constructive criticism is actually good. It is one of the good things which we need. But sometimes people see it as like something negative, and things they believe that this person is actually, the tone is the main thing. If the person is speaking it in a certain manner that it sounds that this person is taunting, then this constructive criticism does not work. But you need to understand the other person and then speak.
Yes, dear. Wonderful. Dear ma'am, we've come to an end to the main round of the interview, ma'am. We have another small segment called as the rapid fire round. It will take 5 minutes. Okay, na?
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for that lovely energy that you have. Thank you. Dear friends, we've been learning a lot. We've got to open up on many of the taboo topics which are not discussed still today on this platform. So it's good that we open up and overcome all the taboos and face life. We have to face life from A to Z. Not, hold back on any topic. Feel free to speak and share what is in your mind and overcome all the difficulties in your life. Do not be a silent sufferer. And do not assume things. You can just go up to a psychologist, a psychiatrist, or maybe even a counselor, a social worker, and get your doubts cleared. Yes, dear ma'am, we go on with now the rapid fire round. You should answer in 1 word or 2 words. We'll get to know the likes and dislikes about you, and our guests also would be interested to know the likes and dislikes of Miss Shalmaly Chatterjee. Dear ma'am, if you're given a choice, cakes, chocolates, or ice cream? First choice.
Ice cream.
Great. Strawberry, chocolate, or butterscotch flavor?
Butterscotch.
Summer, winter, or rainy season?
Winter season.
Oh, great. You love to travel by land, water, or air?
Water. Water.
Would love to be in a city, a little village, or a town?
City is a bit crowded. Village, town. Village.
Town. When you help others, dear, do you expect something in return? A thank you, a smile, anything?
Maybe if I'm helping somebody who is close to me, I would. That's basically manners. That is what we have been taught since childhood.
Yes, dear. Your idea of a beautiful day, idea of a perfect day in one word.
Getting up early, watching the sunrise, and then starting the day with meditation.
Wonderful, wonderful. Shalmaly ma'am, are you a good cook? Yes or no?
I know to cook. I can bake cakes, cookies, maybe make some items, but not. I don't get that time, to. But obviously, when there are birthdays and everything, I try to bake cakes and give it to them.
Oh, nice. I'd love to learn to bake cakes because I'm a bad baker. All my cakes till date, all have gone flat. Something or the other was wrong. तो घर में बोलते कि मम्मा आप केक मत बनाइए, अगर बनाए तो खुद खा लेना. क्योंकि yeah, it has never come out right. So I'm going to ask you to teach us. Is that okay?
Sure, sure.
Yes, dear. The name of your favorite teacher when you were in school?
We had one teacher whose name was Krishna Chakraborty. She was a primary school teacher, and our principal, Tanuja ma'am. There were some people who used to motivate us, like, no, you have to study, or you have to do whatever you want to do in your life. So there were people who used to motivate us.
Wonderful, wonderful. Dear ma'am, you love salty, sweet, or spicy food?
I love salty more like samosa and all this.
Okay, great. Is it money? Is it only happiness or both?
Both, because money is required definitely. At the end of the day, without money, I can't, do anything. Even going out also, I need to spend some money. Going to, even visiting a pandal also, going to that place to get that happiness, even to buy a balloon or a chocolate, I need that money. So obviously both are important. Both are interrelated.
Very nice. Very honest on that answer. Thank you. You're an introvert, an extrovert, or an ambivert?
Ambivert. I change that thing according to the situation.
Wonderful. Great, great. Dear ma'am, Shalmaly ma'am जब अकेली होती है, book नहीं है, music नहीं है, phone भी नहीं है, बस you and your thoughts. So where do your thoughts take you? Into the past, into the future, or connected to the moment?
Maybe sometimes it takes me to the future. Sometimes like what is going to happen, and it goes on.
Great. That's nice to share. Ma'am, are you a thinker, doer, or both?
Both maybe on situations, but there are times when, that push is required. And when I get that, that thing like I have to do this, then it takes time. But when it comes, then the work is definitely going to be done.
Great. That's really nice, ma'am. You love socializing or me time?
Both. It depends. As I said that as an ambivert, if I find people who are of my mentality, so I socialize. But if I find them somewhere out of the track or something, then I don't socialize.
Great. Perfect. Perfect. And very honest. And I love you for that because I too resonate with all of that, what you're sharing. Very nice. Ma'am, do you concentrate more on experiential learning or learning from books?
Experience. Books give a certain basic level, but actual thing, until and unless we experience it, it is not possible. Like practical experience is really important, right?
Wonderful, wonderful. You love fresh salads or fried food?
Fresh salads.
You said you're an early bird?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll not skip that question. You love home cooked food or food ordered from out?
Basically, I have a lot of, stomach issues. I cannot eat, like I have those digestive problems. So which is why I cannot eat a lot of outside food. I have Swiggy installed in my phone, but Rare of the rare occasions we order from pizza and everything. But most of the time it's home cooked food.
Wonderful.
Low calorie, home cooked food.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, we had a lovely time interviewing you, getting to know you much better as a person. You have lots of beautiful thoughts, lot of wisdom. And I love the way you're breaking the taboos. And with the focus and with the passion you said, all of that which you've shared towards the end, open up, come and speak up. Do not hesitate to talk on topics like menstruation, or it could be sex, or just the topics that we are ashamed to speak of. They're all healthy topics where we should speak on and overcome that shyness and face the world. You're really a wonderful person, ma'am. We had a great experience, interviewing you. We'd love to have you on many more sessions. Especially, I'd love you to talk on all those taboo topics and take up a session with us. Yes, dear.
Sure.
Thank you. Dear ma'am, one last question and we end the session. Dear friends, we know that there is this concept which we always keep in mind to ask 3 magical words from our guest. We all know that there are 3 magical words: please, sorry, and thank you. Apart from please, sorry, and thank you, we also request our guests to give us additional 3 magical words. Like it could be compassion, love, or whatever you feel is the focus of life where we should concentrate on these 3 positive or magical words.
Respect, compassion, and loyalty.
Superb. That's really nice. Respect, compassion, and loyalty. What a way to end the session. Wonderful, dear. That's really nice. Thank you so much for being a part of the International Fab Talks, ma'am. We'd love to have you on many more sessions. I love the positive energy that you have, and I like the way you want to inspire everyone around the globe. I mean, across the globe, and in West Bengal, in India, and of course on the International Fab Talks. Thank you.
Welcome.
Have a wonderful day, ma'am.
Same to you.
Yes, dear. Dear friends, with this, we end the Fab Talk show, my dear friends. We see you soon again. Of course, we wouldn't want to let our celebrity leave us, but yes, she has various projects on hand. We have to respect her time. And so, yes, we say goodbye for now. We meet you soon. Stay safe. Ma'am, thank you, dear.
Welcome.